Hello and welcome to presentation 1 in our series of tutorials for setting up and using the eQATrace Marine application. eQATrace Marine is a purpose-built seafood traceability application for use by the UK seafood industry. To help reduce user costs, the application has been built to run on Microsoft Access 2003 platform. So let's dive right in and open a copy, like so. When first opened, the application will show an End User License Agreement or EULA. It's then up to the user to read and decide whether to accept the EULA, reject the EULA, or print the EULA. Clicking Accept EULA will give the user instant access to the application. When first downloaded, the application is in evaluation mode. In evaluation mode, the application works the same as the full unrestricted copy, but will only let the user enter 100 stock movements. With the ability to change user settings, define an unrestricted number of raw material and finished product codes, and free access to all reports, that's more than enough to determine whether the application will provide the utility required. And don't worry, if you do decide to invest in the full product, all your data will be safe and you won't have to enter it all again. Because the application holds valuable corporate data, it's important to restrict access to that data. To that end, the application gives the owner 4 levels of password protection. These include Admin 1, Admin 2, Quality and Process. Each level allows access only to those areas relevant to each user's role. All passwords are fully encrypted within the application. The aim of this presentation is to show you how to complete the simple user setup routine. To start the routine, click the Set User Preferences button. When prompted, type in the default password, which is 1234. This gives immediate access to the first setup dialog that allows you to set up the Admin 1 password. Admin 1 level access allows the user access to all forms and reports and to change all passwords, so the user needs to change it to a good strong password. Type in your preferred password, press return, type it in again, press return, return. Admin 1 password successfully changed. Press return again and the dialog changes to allow the user to enter the password for Admin 2. Admin 2 level access allows the user to set up raw material and finished product codes, so again this needs to be a good strong password. Again, type in your preferred password, press return, type it in again, press return, return, and it will announce that the password was changed successfully. Press return again and the dialog changes to allow the user to enter the password for QA. The QA level access allows the user access to QA check forms for raw material intake and finished products, as well as forms to hold and release products. So again, a strong password is required here. Again, type in your preferred password and type it in again. Press return, return. Oh, password don't match. Okay, so we need to do it again. Press return, return, return. This time it's successfully changed. Okay. The dialog then changes to allow the user to enter the password for process level. Process level access allows the user to enter stock movements onto the system. Stock movements include process inputs, process outputs, stock returns and shipments. Again, type in your preferred password, type it in again, return, return, and again that's successfully changed. The system then begins prompting for details specific to the business's internal systems and practices. Click the Start button to begin the system's setup procedure. Because users could be operating their own stock coding system already, the system includes flexible provision to set up raw material batch codes so they can continue using the code style already adopted. Most batch code styles can be described using any combination of a prefix, a unique numerical element, and a suffix. The use of a prefix and or suffix is of course discretional. What's more, the numerical element may need to start at the point where the existing system leaves off. This is also catered for within the raw material batch code settings screen. To set up the raw material batch code style, click the Select RM Batch Code Format button. Where was it? There it is. Follow the on-screen prompt and select a code style from the 4 styles available. As you can see, if I select a certain style, the system automatically queues up the fields for that style. In this case, we're going to go for the prefix, number and suffix option, which is option 3 there. Right, so we're going to put in there as a prefix R, because it's going to be a raw material code and it's best to have an R at the front of a raw material code because it can be spotted a mile away. Press return, then we're going to put a start number in there, I don't know, 640 we'll put in, pretending that we're starting our system from an existing system. Press return, and then the suffix here we'll actually put in there IW to identify the codes relating to our fictitious business, International Widgets, that old chestnut. So, okay. Note that the start number is the number at which the first raw material batch code will start. This can be changed at any time in the future too. But once you're happy with the code style you've selected, click the Accept RM Batch Code Format button to accept the change. And you will then be prompted for your customary business name. This should be the same as the name on your business stationery. This data is used to label your report, so make sure it's exactly how you want it to appear on your reports. In this case, we're going to put International Widgets Limited. Okay, yeah, that's all pretty good. And then we're going to click Accept Customary Name. The system then queues up and asks you to put in your EEC approval number. So in this case, we're going to put in a fictitious EEC approval number, EC 1234 345 UK. Okay, and then we'll click Accept Approval Number. Finally, eQATrace asks you for all the names of your production lines, so they can be made available for recording stock movements in the system. So all you need to do really is just type in one after the other all the names of the production lines that you run at your site. So in this case, we're going to put in, I don't know, fillet line 1. Okay, press return. Fillet line 2. Return. Put in the grading line. Put in grading line 1 and 2. 1 and grading line, oops, keep it in the same format, grading line 2. Return. Okay, you keep doing that until you got all your lines in there. If you get confused and think that you've maybe missed a line out, you can always view the list just to make sure that you put in what you think you've put in. Okay, once you've got your lines together, close that. That's the end of the setup routine really. So we exit the setup routine and it takes us back to the navigator. Please note all passwords and user setup details can be edited at any time, but only admin 1 will be able to do it. Bear in mind also the new admin 1 password will be needed to do it, so whatever you do, don't forget it. To edit any element, simply use the Set User Preferences button again and use the Skip button to retain the current setting until you get to the setting or settings you want to change. Now the user preferences have been set, the system is ready to accept data. In our next presentation, I'll show you how to set up raw material and finished product codes and set up quality parameters and tolerances. I'll also show you how to use the powerful duplicate code buttons to quickly build new codes from existing ones. Thank you for listening. This concludes presentation 1.